don't happen. No be small. As in, President Tinubu and his cabinet have been subjected to media attack over what many Nigerians describe as a very cruel treatment of the underage #end bad governance protesters. As in, the thing is really, really bad. How can the president of a country hold those little children accountable? Yes, we know that these boys were sponsored by somebody. Nobody is disputing that. But one thing you must still understand is that no dey surprise say these boys dem no even know the people wey sponsor them. And that one na really truth. Men looking at their parents of those children, you will know that these people na beggars along the way. Maybe somebody go don even come offer them good money, probably 10,000 naira, which they've not seen in their life, and say you guys should go and do this and do that. And government still get mind, still they carry those children, they come court. What the government should have done in the first place is either to build a rehabilitation center and put those children there. Because if you allow those children to go like that, obviously they are still going to constitute more nuisance. So what the government should have done is to look for a way to rehabilitate these children instead of taking them to court. So my darling people, you're welcome back to the news. If you're just joining us for the very first time, hello, you are also welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and also share our videos. Thank you very much. As we see the news in details, the protest which gathered thousands of youth focus on grievance over the deteriorating economy, which the protesters attributed to the policy and bad governance of President Bola Tinubu administration. Security forces responded to the protest with force, arresting scores of participants, including many minors. On November 1st, some of these minors were brought before the Federal High Court in Abuja, and a video of the proceedings went viral, showing one of the detained minors fainting in the courtroom. This disturbing scene unfolded as the child collapsed while standing trial, forcing the presiding judge to leave the courtroom and the lawyers to rush the young detainee to the court clinic. The image of the minor collapsing in the court due to apparent malnourishment sparked outrage among Nigerians and international organizations. Yes, there is no way this will not spark reactions from a lot of people. It's definitely going to attract more reactions because this is really, really bad, knowing fully well how Nigerian prison be. Nigerian prison, for those wey don go, once they come outside, they tell you the story of what is happening inside Nigerian prison, how they feed these people. You go sorry for them. Bobrisky, that one with Nkolo, when he came out, I know what he said about Nigerian prison that prompted him to buy a lot of rice, even kill cow carry go give them for there, because of the way they are treating the prisoners, let alone little children. So because of this, Amnesty International has come out to call on President Bola Tinubu to immediately release the minors and describe it as a blatant abuse of power. The group also asserts that their detention undermine Nigerian commitment to human rights and violate international law on protection of children. The group also stated that putting minors through this horrifying detention for participating in protests against hunger and corruption is so far one of the deadliest attempts to suppress freedom of assembly. They also emphasized that the detention of minors is not only the violation of human rights, but also an attempt to steal freedom of expression in Nigeria. President Bola Tinubu must act now to release these children unconditionally. Alright, so the organization also argued that the detainment of these young protesters reflects a troubling pattern of intolerance towards dissenting voices within the Tinubu administration. The group also advised the President of Nigeria to prioritize the protection and rights of these minors, stating that these young citizens have their entire life ahead of them and should not be subjected to unjust imprisonment. And of course, the government really needs to act fast, because what made them to protest in the first place, even if they were sponsored by somebody, now because of say hunger dey ground, hardship dey ground, I make them protest in the first place. So government coming out now to shut their mouth just like that, it means that the government is actually stepping on the right, in as much as say we know say many things don't go under, and the government has also come out to respond. So let's look at that also. In response to the treasonous felony charges against some underage and malnourished children that have sparked nationwide and international outrage, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has directed Lateef Fagbemi-San, the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Justice, to review the case. After the Nigerian presidency came under fire for maltreating minors who were accused of false charges for taking part in August nationwide protest, #EndBadGovernance protest. Sarah reporters learned from sources that Tinubu on Friday ordered the Attorney General of the Federation to examine the case and offer recommendation in light of the allegation. Sarah reporters previously reported that more than 70 people, including juveniles, were granted restraint bail by the court presided over by Justice Obiora Egwatu for their suspected involvement in the protest. However, 5 out of the 76 prisoners who were scheduled to be arraigned on Friday's saga in the courtroom and were taken to the hospital. The minors were sent to the Kuje prison after they were unable to fulfill their bail requirements. The court imposed restraint conditions, including a 10 million naira bail for each of the offenders. Oh my God, Nigerian government, and they make me laugh. Just look at the people wey be say government of Nigeria, they say make dem bring 10 million naira for each, no be say na for all. Nevertheless, Deji Adeyanju, one of the protesters' attorney, bemoaned the fact that the demonstrators who have been detained since August had to be returned to jail custody due to the strict bail requirements prescribed by the court. This is so bad and so shameful. This shameful episode reflects apparent indifference of government wielding its power without conscience, treating vulnerable children with harshness that defies all sense of compassion. It's really, really bad. Just imagine these children being punished simply for daring to articulate the struggle they face daily. Whether somebody sponsored them or not, they accepted to do these things because they are really pained about what is happening. Yes, whether we like it or not, now suffer make them do this thing we dem do. These children were able to do this thing because of say wetin they are on the street. That is the reason why they allow themselves to be manipulated and being used. So instead of these things where the government dey so they disgrace themselves, the best option for them is to bring those children, put them in a rehabilitation center, send them go school, and let them acquire skills, make them useful for the society instead of to dey frustrate them, they disgrace Nigeria and the waka. Please feel free to drop your comment with us concerning this in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.